Make a choice to ignore the signs or to step into what was promised long before this lifetime began. In the vision, he saw a scroll of light, a record of your soul's mission. Etched into it were moments of pain, courage, decisions, delays, and breakthroughs. But near the bottom, it paused. There was a space left unwritten. That space is this very moment, the present. What you choose now will write the next sentence. And Michael says, this moment decides whether you stay stuck or rise. You've carried so much. Unspoken pain, hidden doubts, repeated disappointments. And yet, you're still standing. That alone proves your spiritual strength. But Michael warns, strength is not enough. Now you need discernment. You need to see through masks, false opportunities, and the subtle distractions that are trying to reroute your purpose. There is someone in your life who is being used as a spiritual decoy. They appear to support you, but they're causing delay. Michael isn't asking you to fight them. He's asking you to recognize the spiritual pattern. Until you break this cycle, your elevation will be slowed. But once you say no more, the doors begin to open. The vision also revealed a location, a place you're being spiritually pulled toward, not always physically, but mentally or emotionally. A shift in environment, mindset, or even community. Somewhere you're meant to realign with your true self. Michael says, don't resist this pull. It's not random. It's destiny calling. Asterisk, and behind you, the chains of fear shattered. That light, that space, it wasn't heaven. It was your healed spirit, awakened, activated, and finally, fully ready. Asterisk, now is the time. Not just to listen, but to align. To release what doesn't match your calling. To stop shrinking yourself for people who never saw your worth. Archangel Michael's vision wasn't a warning, it was an invitation. You are being called higher. Not later, not when you feel ready, but now. Asterisk, something has shifted in the spiritual realm. Archangel Michael has been shown a vision, a glimpse of your future, and he comes to you now with urgency, not fear. The path you are walking is not random. It's being watched, evaluated, and divinely guided. But what was revealed to him carries a weight so sacred it must be heard immediately. Asterisk, you may have noticed unusual dreams lately. A flickering light, a familiar voice whispering your name in the silence of the night. Sudden moments of peace followed by confusion. These were not coincidences. They were signals. Heaven has been trying to prepare your spirit, and now Archangel Michael confirms. You are about to cross a threshold. Asterisk, in the vision, Archangel Michael saw you standing at a crossroads. One road led to growth, purpose, and divine elevation. The other, though tempting, led to emotional delay, deception, and spiritual loss. You stood uncertain, and that's when he stepped in, not to choose for you, but to awaken your deeper knowing. The light around you was dimmed by distractions, people pulling at your energy, voices causing you to question your truth. But deep within your soul, the divine seed still glowed. Asterisk. This message reaches you because heaven refuses to let you fall asleep to your calling. Archangel Michael says this vision wasn't just a message, it was a heavenly intervention. You were meant to hear this today, not tomorrow, not next week, today, because time is thinning. The longer you wait, the dimmer the guidance becomes. Asterisk, he saw faces around you, some pretending to help, but secretly draining you. He saw your spiritual gifts locked inside walls of fear. and he saw a breakthrough moment waiting, just beyond your next decision. You've been crying out for a sign, and heaven answered not with a small whisper, but with a celestial command. Tell them now. Asterisk, this isn't the first time you felt this shift, is it? You've had moments where you knew something bigger was near, but life pulled you back into chaos. Archangel Michael wants you to know this is your spiritual reset. This message is your chance to realign with your true divine assignment. Asterisk, there is a spiritual inheritance over your life that others tried to bury. Envy, betrayal, silence. Those who tried to steal your glow never understood. You are protected from birth. What they meant for harm only activated your warrior spirit. And in the vision, Archangel Michael was standing behind you, sword drawn, not allowing a single shadow to touch your destiny. Asterisk, he is urging you to pause, reflect, and then move not with fear, but with clarity. You are not walking alone. Every step you take toward the divine path echoes through realms. Angels respond to obedience, not perfection. If your heart is open now, heaven will respond. Asterisk, Archangel Michael's presence is not one of fear, but of fierce love and sacred responsibility. He does not come when things are ordinary. He comes when the course of your life is about to shift dramatically. And right now, he is standing at the doorway of your spirit, urging you to asterisk, and then came the final image in the vision, a light breaking through a dark sky, and you stepping through it, eyes wide open, no longer doubting, no longer waiting. As you crossed into this divine space, Archangel Michael raised his sword. Asterisk, you didn't stumble across this message. Your soul cried for clarity, and heaven answered. Asterisk, Archangel Michael says, this season of your life demands clarity, courage, and complete surrender. You are no longer the same person who began this journey. The battles you've fought in silence, the tears you've hidden behind smiles, and the prayers you whispered late at night have reached heaven. And now the response is here. Asterisk, but the divine realm can only intervene as far as you allow. That's the test. Will you continue repeating cycles out of comfort, or will you break free, completely trusting the unknown path prepared just for you? Asterisk, Michael is showing you a timeline, moments that are coming up fast, synchronicities, a conversation that seems casual but will shift everything. A dream that reveals a truth you've avoided. A message you've ignored for too long, this one. These are not coincidences. They are divine markers placed in your life to direct you back to your soul's alignment. Asterisk, you may feel confused, right? Now, that's okay. Confusion is the first sign that spiritual truth is near, because your old beliefs are trying to hold on while your spirit is ready to move on. Michael says, confusion is not a signal to stop. It's a sign to go deeper. Asterisk, this vision about your future wasn't shown lightly. You were chosen to receive it. And if you're still watching, it's because your spirit recognizes the truth in these words. Your higher self already knows what must be done. It's your human fear that's unsure. But remember this, fear is loud, but it's always temporary. Divine truth is quiet, but eternal. Asterisk, Michael also warns about delays caused by waiting for validation. Stop waiting for others to understand your calling. Stop waiting for the perfect time. It's now. Heaven is ready to release the next chapter, but your action is the key that unlocks it. Asterisk, a spiritual window is open, but not forever. The vision showed a gate of light slowly closing, waiting on your decision. Every second you hesitate, that gate narrows. Not because God is punishing you, but because divine timing is precise. And this moment is coded with sacred power. Asterisk, there is a spiritual inheritance waiting to be unlocked, and the key is hidden in your obedience, not to fear, not to other people's opinions, but to the still, small voice within the one heaven keeps amplifying in your soul. You know what to do next. You just need the divine courage to do it. Asterisk, you are never meant to blend in. You are born to break patterns. That dream, that vision, that overwhelming feeling that something big is coming, that's not random. That's prophecy. Asteriskin, if you've listened this far, that means you're being called. Asterisk, called to shift. Called to awaken. Called to walk through doors others are too afraid to even knock on. Asterisk, there's a reason this message reached you today. Archangel Michael wants you to understand. What's ahead of you requires a stronger, more awakened version of you. The old version, the one filled with fear, hesitation, and wounds, cannot walk into the new season. That version must be released. A sacred transformation is underway, and you are at the center of it. Asterisk, Michael's voice gets firmer now. You are being entrusted with divine information. Not everyone receives visions. Not everyone feels the spiritual pressure building. If you do, it's because you're chosen to carry something bigger than yourself. Asterisk, respond to the guidance you've been given today. Heaven never reveals without reason. This message is not entertainment. It's an intervention. Asterisk, the vision shown to Michael included a turning point in your path, an exact moment where you either step into divine obedience or fall into delay. The consequences are not punishment. They are simply the natural result of hesitation. That's why this message came with such urgency. That's why the signs have been repeating. That's why your dreams have been loud and emotional lately. Asterisk, Michael says, if you wait too long, the timing shifts. And what was meant to arrive in days could be delayed by months. But if you act in faith, without needing all the answers, I will personally clear the path. Asterisk said, don't ignore this. Don't scroll past it. Don't assume you'll come back to it later. This is your now. This is your shift. This is your divine confirmation. And Archangel Michael is watching closely to see how you respond. Asterisk, Archangel Michael says, the vision about your future wasn't just symbolic, it was a celestial instruction. The message revealed in it was layered, a reminder of your soul's assignment, a warning about the energies surrounding you, and a calling to prepare. You may not realize it, but your spirit has already been receiving signs in numbers, in dreams, in recurring thoughts that won't leave. Asterisk, that dream you had, it wasn't just imagination. It carried coded information from the divine. Every detail where you were, what you heard, what you saw, is important. Heaven speaks in symbols, and Archangel Michael is urging you to decode those symbols with urgency. The dream didn't come to scare you. It came to prepare you. Asterisk, there's a shift happening in the spirit realm, and you're standing on the edge of a major breakthrough. But breakthrough often comes right after pressure. That's why you've been feeling heavy. That's why things have felt confusing. The enemy often tries hardest right before your elevation. This is why Michael is telling you to remain spiritually alert. Asterisk, someone near you is spiritually draining. That person may not even know it, but their energy is clouding your clarity. You've been second-guessing yourself, not because you're wrong, but because you've absorbed too many outside voices. It's time to quiet the noise. Michael urges you, clean your space, protect your energy, and reconnect with your own divine inner voice. Asterisk, you've been entrusted with something sacred. A gift, a mission, a piece of heaven's strategy for this time on earth. And even if you feel small or unworthy, Archangel Michael wants you to know you were chosen not because you're perfect, but because you're willing. Asterisk, let that sink. In asterisk, your courage to rise, to choose light, to love in a world that grows darker by the day. This is why you're being guided. The vision you were shown was only a glimpse. What's coming next is bigger than you've imagined, but it requires your full spiritual alignment, not asterisk. So ask yourself, are you willing to act when others sleep? Are you prepared to believe when others doubt? Because the ones who move now, when the world is distracted, will be the ones who lead in the new era of divine awakening asterisk. Archangel Michael whispers again, this is your moment. This is not just about you. It's about everyone connected to you. Your alignment affects generations. Your healing will ripple through your bloodline. You are the chain breaker. You are the prayer answered by your ancestors. And this vision about your future, it's the spiritual confirmation of everything you've been sensing in your soul. Asterisk, the delays weren't denials. They were preparations. You weren't being ignored, you were being equipped. While you were questioning your worth, heaven was assigning angels on your behalf. While you were crying at night, the divine realm was aligning your destiny with precise accuracy. Michael wants you to trust that heaven's timing is never wrong. Asterisk, now is not the time to shrink. It's time to rise. Rise beyond what hurt you. Rise above the betrayal. Rise above the self-doubt. Archangel Michael has seen the weight you carry, and he's sending this message to remind you, you are not alone in the battle. Asterisk, take a deep breath. Your spirit has been sensing this shift. This is your confirmation. That ache in your heart is divine pressure for elevation. The visions that flash before your eyes aren't imagination. They're spiritual briefings. You've seen glimpses of the future because heaven is preparing you to walk into it with authority. Asterisk. Don't question your worth. Don't doubt your strength. Every tear you've shed, every sleepless night, every unanswered prayer, they are all being counted in heaven. The vision Archangel Michael received about you wasn't one of defeat. It was one of glory. You were walking through storms, but never alone. You were being surrounded by divine forces, pushed toward a new horizon. And now you're almost there. Your spiritual fatigue is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're nearing breakthrough. Every delay was orchestrated for deeper preparation. And now you are about to receive a divine unlocking, a supernatural shift that will change your emotional, spiritual, and physical path. Asterisk, the enemy has tried to confuse you. The world has tried to distract you. But Michael says, do not let the noise override the whisper of God. That whisper is leading you to miracles. Asterisk, you are standing at the edge of something prophetic. And in the coming days, signs will follow this message. Whether it's through dreams, numbers, sudden clarity, or divine encounters, heaven will show you that this wasn't just a video, it was a celestial appointment. Asterisk, you may start to notice small, almost unexplainable things shifting. You might wake up at specific times like 3:33 or 4:44. You may hear a whisper in your heart telling you to wait, to move, to trust. These are not coincidences. These are divine signals, real-time communication from the angelic realm. Archangel Michael is guiding you through subtle waves of divine energy meant to protect and prepare you. Asterisk, you'll feel people leaving your life. You'll feel some doors close without explanation. That's not rejection. It's redirection. Heaven is moving you out of alignment with people and places that can no longer walk with you. You are being cleansed, chosen, and calibrated. What was once confusing will soon become clear. Michael urges, do not cling to what I'm removing. I'm not taking from you. I'm making room for greater. This is why your soul has felt so stretched lately. Because you are being spiritually expanded for the future God has shown us. Asterisk and. If you've doubted yourself, ... If you've wondered whether this vision was just imagination, then hear this now. The enemy always tries to attack what he fears most. That's why your mind has been under fire. That's why your emotions have felt unstable. Because you carry light, and light terrifies darkness. Asterisk, but Michael says, the vision I was shown about you was one where you rise. Not quietly, not hesitantly, but boldly. Like someone who knows they are backed by heaven. Like someone who refuses to stay broken. You are not who you were, and after today, you never will be again. Asterisk, so don't be afraid of what you don't understand yet. Don't be scared of the silence. Don't resist the inner shift. The heavens are orchestrating something monumental in your life. And this message wasn't just confirmation. It was your activation. Asterisk, everything you've been through. It's been leading to this moment. Asterisk, the reason Archangel Michael was permitted to show this vision now is because the timing of your life has entered a critical window. There's a divine countdown already in motion. What happens next depends entirely on how you asterisk. That's why you felt the pressure in your chest. The weight of spiritual fatigue, it's your soul sensing what's at stake. Heaven is closer to you than ever before, but so is the opposing force that wants to confuse, delay, and destroy. That's why Michael was sent to war on your behalf, to remind you that you are not fighting alone, and to confirm that the vision is real. Asterisk, you have spiritual gifts that are awakening, a calling that is being stirred, a destiny that is unfolding, in layers. Every setback, every heartbreak, every betrayal, it was all out only because it would push you to this level of spiritual awareness. What the enemy meant to destroy you, God is now using to position you. Asterisk, and now, Archangel Michael says, rise, child of light. Do not sleep through your purpose. Asterisk, the reason this message is reaching you right now is because something in the spiritual realm has shifted. Archangel Michael has been granted clearance to speak directly to your heart, not your ears, your heart. That means your spirit already recognizes this message as truth, even if your mind tries to doubt it. Asterisk, heaven is not in the business of coincidence. The moment your soul cried out in silent desperation, a message was written. That message was carried on wings of light, assigned to reach only you, not your neighbor, not your friend you, because your path has unique warfare. Your calling has rare weight, and your destiny carries divine urgency. Asterisk, the vision shown to Archangel Michael was detailed. It involved a crossroad. One side led to spiritual exhaustion, endless cycles, and confusion. The other side, although unfamiliar, led to clarity, divine rest, and purpose alignment. But here's the key. It wasn't your choice alone. Others around you are influencing your decision. That's why Michael warned you, not everyone beside you is for you. Asterisk some people in your life, right now, are spiritual distractions. Their words sound kind, but their spirit is not aligned with yours. Michael saw conversations meant to confuse you, advice dressed in care, but laced with spiritual delay. He is saying now, step away from noise. Step into divine clarity. Asterisk heaven doesn't require your perfection. It requires your surrender. And this is the moment. There are angelic movements happening on your behalf, but they're waiting for you to say yes. Not a hesitant yes. A surrendered, fearless yes. Asterisk, because once you align your soul with heaven's call, everything begins to shift. The timing of blessings, the return of lost peace, the restoration of relationships meant for you, the silence of confusion, the clarity of purpose. Asterisk Archangel Michael urges, move, don't delay. This vision is your divine checkpoint. The next steps will determine how quickly the promise unfolds. Asterisk if this message stirred something deep within you. Don't just scroll away. That's not a coincidence. It's a divine appointment. Archangel Michael has reached you for a reason. And now it's your moment to respond. Asterisk. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters, and your journey might guide someone else who's searching for light right now. Asterisk. Make sure you're connected here, because messages like these aren't just videos. They're spiritual lifelines, and you won't want to miss the next one. Asterisk if this resonated with you deeply, and you wish to support this divine mission. Your gesture through super thanks can help keep these messages reaching those in spiritual need. Your next breakthrough could be just one divine message away. Stay aligned, stay aware, and keep listening.